are you guys? Hope you are having a wonderful Saturday evening. I know it's an unusual time for lives, especially on Instagram, but hey, I try to do my best, really. So, tell me, guys, if you're here, tell me how you're doing, how you've been. Just say hello so I can get to know you better and then know that you're here with me on this live this evening. I know it's been like a short notice. I didn't give a specific time for this live, and I just literally announced it like a couple of hours ago. But because life has been really hectic these days, it's been very difficult for me to just sit down and then talk to my phone, right? So I'm glad I managed to do it today. So thank you guys. Hi Younes Wagad. Hi Elgarni Officiel. Hi Velati GE. Finally, yes, finally. Sorry, I was late, literally like a few minutes late. Eunice, we missed you a lot. I missed you guys a lot too, actually. I feel like I have this connection with you all. And that's why I wanted to do this live today. Although some of you were like, oh, you look so tired, you should just rest. But I felt like doing this live and connecting with you. Hi, Yassine. Good to see you here. Hi, Miriam. It's been a long time. Great to see you here as well. Anyways, guys, tell me what you've been up to. I mean, I'm not the only one actually staying home on a Saturday night. So I think it reassures me that we're all together on this boat, right? And I suppose you're home, because if you're watching this and if you're in the street, I kind of like tricky. Just pay attention to the road if you're here. So what have you been up to? How has it been for you the past month, especially September and October, going back to school, going back to work mode, etc.? How has it been for you, and has it been working in the direction that you've been wanting? For me, just to give you a little update, it's been very hectic, as I said before. There is a new structure to my planning, to my personal life, as well as to my professional life. And I sort of gave you a few hints here and there on my stories, telling you that I acquired a new client. So I'm working a lot with that client, which requires me to travel a lot for these purposes and be at their offices more often. So it does take up a lot of my time, but at the same time, I'm still working on really the projects that are more meaningful to me. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but some projects are great, but just money making, but some other projects are great because they feed your mind and spirit. And this is really important for me to be able to work on those projects that feed me as a human being, and they don't just feed my bank account. All right, so that's a little update from me. All right. Thank you, El Mandori Rizlan. Thank you very much. Jad, hello. Eunice, sure. Ask questions. Please do so. I mean, that's what the live is for. Feel free to ask questions. I already have a question from Abdelati JE, who has been waiting for this live because I told him I was going to answer his question on this live. But please fire away with your questions if you have any. If you think I can help you, please let me know. So Abdelati is asking a question about what sort of major he could choose after his baccalaureate to study business. So Abdelati, what I want to say to you, it all depends on what you want to do. Do you want to work in a company and use your business degree, or do you want to set your own business? That's two different things. You can have, for example, a business degree to work in a bank or an insurance company or any sort of company. That's fine, like people can do that. But you can also choose to be an entrepreneur, which I think, I don't know, but let me know in the comments if that's your case. I think you want to set up your own business, in which case it really doesn't matter which major you choose after your baccalaureate. It doesn't really matter. What matters the most is this learning process, trial and error, and being really hands-on. I never did a business degree. I don't have a business degree. And I know friends of mine who have business degrees and who are working as employees in companies. So it really depends on the type of person who you are. You can self-teach yourself things about business, but most importantly, have or do internships in small startups, small companies to learn the inside outs of running a business. Don't shoot for multinationals. Multinationals, you won't learn much in terms of running a business. But if you work in a small or medium company, that's really the best experience and the best education that you get to study business, really. Because most of the business teachers, and you know, guys, I teach also at university, and I will say this is like a generality that I see. Most business teachers or professors don't have businesses of their own. So they teach theories. In practical life, they're not able to give you examples of their own situation. They can give you examples of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Whirlpool, this and that, but they're not able to give you hands-on experience of what they've been experiencing themselves as entrepreneurs or business owners. So again, to answer your question, you can choose whatever major you want. It could be economics, it could be science, it could be arts, literature. It really doesn't matter if you want to become an entrepreneur. But if you want to work in a company, then definitely you should choose areas like economics or management or marketing. These sort of majors can help you set you up for a job later. So let me know if you have any questions about what I just said, and I hope it's helpful. Yeah, you just mentioned own business. So your own business, it really doesn't matter which major. It could be like science, really, and then you set your own business. Read books, attend workshops, teach yourself, really, but most importantly, try to find an internship or work experience in a business, and try to learn everything that's possible and work for free. Okay? I know so many people who just refuse to work for free and they're 18. And I'm like, come on. What you're learning now is like invaluable. Like you go to university, you pay people to teach you. Here, why do you want people to pay you to learn? So just send CVs, resumes to companies, and get maximum experience possible to learn the real entrepreneurship and the real running of a business. All right, let's go up and see if there are any questions. Where are you now? Where I am. I am home. That's pretty much where I do most of my lives and my videos because that's my place. Okay, Eunice is saying, I have some effing money. I'm just gonna, don't say the word, right? I'm too polite to say the word. All right, I have some effing money and I want to do something. Can you advise me? All right. So you have some money. First of all, how much money? I'm not going to ask you, but it would give you some idea. And I think I got a few messages from people saying that they have money, but they don't know how to invest it or where to invest it. And I think that's the most difficult question ever to answer, because if you had somebody who can tell you, all right, this is like the $1 million opportunity, everybody would do it, right? So in terms of investment, you need to know exactly what you want. Do you want long-term sort of result? In which case, I think, and this is something that I bet on myself, is property. Yeah, so whenever I have some money aside, I just invest it in property because I think that's the surest thing and the most secure thing, at least for now. So if you can invest in some sort of property, whether that's a house or a shop or an office, that would be great because that's long term and it's secure. If you want like a quick buck, sometimes you have to watch for shares on the stock market, but you really need to be counseled and advised. I sometimes do that as well because my dad can tell me which share I should buy and when to sell it. So you need to have that sort of advice from somebody that you know who's an insider if you're not an insider yourself. Otherwise, other than property and shares, property long term, shares, it depends on the share itself. Sometimes when it's an introduction of a share, you can make money pretty fast. When it's like an existing share, then you're not going to be able to, you're going to have to wait for a while. In terms of business ideas, no one ever will tell you just put your money on this and it will succeed. Because you can have the best idea ever, but if it's run in the wrong way and not strategically, then you're screwed. You're going to lose all the money. So it's really about research. If you don't want to go for property or stocks, then research and study the opportunities that are around you. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, let's see if we have any other questions. Tariq, what is your business exactly? All right, I work in communications ever since I can remember. You guys can find some videos of me, I think, when I was like 13 or something. So this is pretty much everything that I know, and that's the only thing I know is communication. And at the moment, I serve my clients with their communication strategies and marketing plans, visibility online, and on event management. And I work primarily with international organizations. So we do all their visual identity, their communication. We also write their financial reports, the annual financial reports. We translate them into English as well, if it's in French, and vice versa. So we help them with their communications, really. As I said, most of my clients are international organizations, so they're pretty structured. They're not like SMEs. And I've been doing, this is like immediate. The business was set up in 2012. So it's been running for a few years now, and that's exactly what I do. And I also teach and train people in communication, leadership, and entrepreneurship in universities or in training centers. And also I counsel organizations because sometimes I apply for tender applications when I find the opportunity interesting. So I do that on a personal level. So I hope that answered your question, Tariq. All right. Do you have any e-commerce business? I have a drop shipping business of clothing and accessories, which have been running for a few years now, and I'm still looking for ways to develop it even more. All right, so that's the question. Oh, there's another one. What do you think about e-commerce? E-commerce to me is really like it's a magical thing. I just love it. I look at myself. I almost barely go to shops nowadays. I buy pretty much mostly everything online, and I find it so convenient. And it does actually save you money as an entrepreneur and as a consumer. So e-commerce is the huge thing, especially for people who are in Morocco. You guys, I think most of you are in Morocco. So there's so much that you can still do so many products and services that you can create for Moroccans, and so many opportunities. So I would really, really look into things. You know, if you want to launch a business, definitely go for e-commerce because it's the lowest overheads possible. You're not gonna have like rent to pay, 20 employees to pay, huge equipment. This is like literally the cheapest sort of starting business you can have. You need a computer, internet. Of course you're gonna need some money to run a website and host it, because somebody recently told me if I had any idea for starting a business with zero money, and I said sure, but you need a website. And he said, but well, I need to pay for a website. And I was like, yeah, well, that's true. You're not, it's not like $0, but there is still a little investment. It's nothing compared to like 50 years ago where you needed to have a factory and employees. Today you can run empires from, you know, your home, from your bedroom, literally. But with that said, because in social media are so like, talking about this in a very easy way, it's not easy. It is still hard to find a niche and market it toward that particular niche and find a product that is going to be very sellable. So I urge you, really, if you're thinking about e-commerce, I urge you to, before you start, you know, with the Shopify accounts, before you start setting up your business or your website, definitely spend the right amount of time on research. This is like key. And I think most young entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs, one entrepreneur, they just skip this part of research. They're just going straight into setting up an account, setting up PayPal, setting up Shopify. But I'm like, hey guys, like take it slow, one step at a time, because this is very, very crucial. That part of research, that part of studying, and specifically that part of knowing who your audience is. Who are these people who are going to buy from you? It's so crucial. So take the time that you need to know your audience, know your target market, see how you're going to target your product, and see whether your product fits their needs and their wants. Do not skip this part. Okay? And that's my thoughts about e-commerce. All right, let me see. Can you tell us about how to get winning products faster? I think I just answered this question. I'm not in favor of fast things. You need to do the work. You need to sit down every day, commit every day to doing the research, looking for the keywords that people look for, and it is tedious. It does take loads of time, but that's the difference between people who make it and people who don't. Some of us want just the results of like being successful, being famous, but we're not willing to do the work. And that's the difference between you and that guy or that girl who's getting the results. So rather than just wanting the result, do the work to get there. So I don't believe in fast. Sit down every day, look for the keywords that people search on eBay, on Amazon, on Google in general, and see what products you can pick from a zillion products available on Alibaba and AliExpress, etc. Or you may never know, you can design your own product. So just do the work and nothing comes fast. All right, let me see. Thank you guys. Thanks for your thumbs up. That's really nice. Please save. I will try to save. Last time I didn't and I was like, ugh. Hi, Jamal. Nice to see you here. Thank you for all. Keep smiling. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. So if you don't have any more questions, I think I'm just gonna call it a day now and then go finish my books. I'm actually listening to quite some really thought-provoking books, and I urge you to do that as well. At some point in my life, I was just like, business books, business books, business books. And now I'm like sort of like diversifying my reading, and I find it really eye-opening, because when you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and hearing the same thing over and over, you sort of like, you miss so many things that you can learn from. And sometimes you can learn from business things outside of the business world. So do open up to new books, new types of movies, new types of art, whatever you guys enjoy. Just do something differently. And actually, before I wrap it up, I just wanted to ask you, what are your top goals for November? Have you thought about making a plan for the month of November? Because we're only, less than 2 months away from 2019. Are you guys prepared for 2019? Do you feel like 2018 has been an amazing year? Have you achieved goals? Like, I feel like I was wrapping this up and now I'm starting a new life. If you guys are still here, we can still have another 5 minutes of chat. So are you ready for 2019? Do you think 2018 has been amazing? Did you achieve the goals that you wanted to achieve? Or can you still achieve them in the next 7 weeks or so? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. For me, definitely I'm still far away from achieving the goals that I set up for this year, but I feel I definitely made some progress, and I think I've become a little bit more easy on me. I mean, I used to be really, really bad on me, like really tough and really judgmental on myself. But now I'm sort of like, it's okay, girl, you're doing your best, just keep going. Whereas before I used to tell myself, no, you're not good enough, you're not working hard enough, you're not. But now I'm sort of like being a little bit gentle with myself, and I think it's better. It's a better relationship with myself. Hamid, I want to finish the year by visiting 3 countries. Wow. So yeah, you still have time to do that, hopefully, if they're not too far away from one another. And tell us, I mean, what countries would you like to visit? If you guys want to invest and you have money on the side, I think this is one of the best investments that you could do ever, is to invest in yourself. I have a video on that on my channel, but I did mention that traveling is really, really life-changing. I mean, the more you travel, the more you see things, the more your eyes open up to new things, and you become more tolerant, and I don't know, the world changes before your eyes. And I feel like it's one of the greatest investment I did on myself as well. That's no regrets. Doesn't matter how much money I spent on it, but it's really important if you can spare some money and dedicating to discovering the world. So many things to see. There are so many things, and it doesn't have to be luxurious travel. It could be really just your backpack. So definitely, Hamid, good thing to know that you guys are, that you're planning to travel. What about the rest of you? Any plans for the rest of the year? How are you planning to live the next 7 weeks and wrap the year up? Karim, okay, I don't know how to say that. Some good books. Yeah, so many good books. I have a Facebook Live that I did on my favorite business books. You can watch it, and it does give you the best titles in terms of books that I've read that really had a huge impact on me. But recently, as I told you guys, I've been more into non-business books. Like I've been reading Sapiens or Sapiens. That's really, really interesting book about the history of humankind and how we were and how we've become now. And it's just life changing. And when you read it, you feel like you're learning and you're growing as you read. And at the moment, I'm reading Libérez votre cerveau by Idriss Aberkan, which is a quite interesting book about how to use your brain and the fact that we're not using our brains properly, and the potential is huge, but because we are so lazy in the way we use our brain, we're not reaching its potential. And I feel this is really important as well to know, because sometimes we meet people and we're like, oh, this guy is so genius. But in fact, he's not genius. He's just using his brain better than we do. And if you can unlock that secret and know how to use your brain, I'm sure you're going to go really, really far. So I've just started the book and I found it really interesting. I think I want to finish it like tomorrow before the new week. And I can give you like more idea on the book and my feedback on it. All right, Avlate saying, I want to get my 16 in my back degree. You want to get 16 in your grade? That would be awesome. Good stuff. Well, wish you best of luck with that, and hopefully you'll make it. It doesn't happen just like that. You need definitely to work for it, commit yourself to it, and be disciplined. All right, guys, thank you so much for being part of this live. That was so sort of like unexpected. Hold on, just one more question. I want to do more things in my to-do list, but I don't find a time for it. No, don't do more things. Do the most important things. Meaning, tell yourself, what are my top 3 goals for the month of November? Don't have like 20 sort of like to-dos for the month. That's going to be ridiculous. You're going to be unmotivated and you're not really going to make progress. But if you set yourself 3 goals that are achievable and that will have an impact on yourself within that month, then just do the 3. Okay? So it doesn't mean you want more. You want more of the priorities, more of the things that are qualitative. It's not about the quantity. Just focus on a few goals that will have a huge impact. And remember the 80-20 Pareto rule. Google it to know what it is, because we've already talked about it before. But definitely go with that mindset that you don't need to do more, but you need to do less, and focus, really have all your attention on those specific things. Okay? And guys, remember that multitasking is a no-no. It's done. I'm over with multitasking. I'm doing much better when I'm single tasking and giving it all my attention. And I make progress much easier than that. So that's why I wanted to communicate with you that. So don't pick up the phone and do this and type on the screen. Doesn't work that way anymore. You're not going to be actually productive. All right, guys. Thank you so much for staying and sticking around this live. I hope you find it useful. Let me know again, when should I do the next live? Is it weekdays or weekend? What's your preference? I really would like it to make it consistent, and the only way I can do it is stick it on my calendar. So let me know in the comments later. Would you like more lives in the evening on the weekend or in the weekdays, so that I make it on my calendar, and I know if I put it on my calendar, I will religiously do it. All right, guys, thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening and a wonderful rest of the weekend. Enjoy November, and wishing you lots of success. Bye now.